Welcome back to Family Feud. Name the worst thing to hear while playing Magic the Gathering. Do you pay the one? Yes, that's on the board, baby. Very nice. I support Benjamin Netanyahu and Israel. That's on the board. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's a horrible thing to hear. I counterspell you. That's right, everybody. Today we're talking about counterspells, the unfun magic cards. That's right. I don't know what went wrong with you. Perhaps you felt powerless as a child. Maybe you have a need for control as an adult, or you're just straight up evil. There's something going on behind the scenes. No matter how it happened, you ended up here playing counterspells. Now, of course, people will argue counterspells are just removal. Removal is like having a bazooka. You're a badass. Counterspells just make people sit in the corner. That's not very fun. That's not very nice. And if I even hear whispers of it's a 1-for-1, get out. Commander is a casual game, baby. If you want to be 1-for-1 talk and discussion about all that, go play CEDH. The C in CEDH stands for Counterspell EDH. That's what it is. It's not competitive. It's counterspell. That's all they do in that format is counterspells back and forth. You just have your counterspells kiss each other. I digress. Let's do a little thought experiment. We're kids on the playground. I say, I have a dinosaur. You tell me, no, you don't. I'm a sad little boy. I thought I had a dinosaur. No dinosaur. We didn't even engage in any sort of play about a dinosaur. Now, what if I tell you I have a dinosaur? You say, I'm going to throw a freaking meteor at him from space. Now I'm a happy little boy. That's way more cooler than saying I have no dinosaur at all. At least we built something collaboratively with our imagination and our fun and play. We had that's a casual game right there. I had a dinosaur. I had no more dinosaur after all, but at least I had a dinosaur. Now, immediate red flag for the counterspell player. This card, Baral, Chief of Compliance. 1 and a blue, instant sorceries cost 1 less. Not too shabby, but whenever a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you may draw a card if you do discard a card. He's the counterspell guy. The worst person you know loves Baral, Chief of Compliance. And if you're the worst person you know because you play Baral, stop. You can work on it. You don't have to be the bad guy. Because instead of countering people's spells, what if we just shared? Instead of saying no to my sweet dinosaur, what if you mind controlled it instead? Look at Treachery. 3 blue. When it comes into play, untap 5 lands, you control enchanted creature. It's for free. You play counterspells. You love the Fierce Guardianships. Look, Treachery is just a Fierce Guardianship, but better, because you get to gain control of something. That's way cooler. Look at Mary Iki Ribariti. White, blue, black, 1/1. Tap, gain control of target creature as long as you control Mary Iki. You don't even have to pay the mana for it. It's free. That's way cooler than counterspelling it. They have something scary. Now you have something scary. Ariette the Beguiler, 1 white, blue, black, 4/4. Hey, guess what? Aura, you enchant onto something, you gain control of it. That's sick. Or Empress Galena, 3 blue, 1/3. You pay 2 blue mana. That's a very familiar cost to you, isn't it? Gain control of target legend or legendary permanent. Instead of counterspelling their scary thing, why not just gain control of it instead? That's way cooler and way more fun. That's right. Now, of course, what about the instant speed psychos? Maybe you just like doing stuff at instant speed on the stack, counterspelling it, and doing stuff in response. Look at this. Commandeer, 5 blue, but you can X out 2 blue cards from your hand rather than pay the mana cost. You love doing stuff for free. Gain control of target non-creature spell. You can choose new targets. If it's an artifact, enchantment, planeswalker, it enters under your control. So you can take their cool stuff and share it. Instead of counterspelling, how about you just get it? That's better. Aether Snatch, 4 blue. Gain control of target spell. You choose new targets. If it's a creature, it's your creature now. You were saying? Sudden Substitution, 2 blue. Guess what? Split second. They can't even counterspell this because it's on the stack. Exchange control of target non-creature spell and target creature. Then the spell's controller may choose new targets for it. You just get to go, here, let me get that. That's cool. I like that spell. Bink. I'm not going to counterspell. I'm going to get it instead. That way, the game still happens. No one has to sit down. It's doing cool stuff. Doesn't it bring tears to your counterspelling eyes? That's what I'm saying. Now, I'm going to hold your balls when I say this. Baral and a bunch of counterspells is not a win con. And you should not think of it as such because counterspells don't add anything to the game. You see, I looked at the internet and it told me, how does Baral win? It doesn't. The recommendation is go play Talran Sky Summoner as your backup because this guy, when you cast instants, you make 2/2s. But I don't want to play an exhibitionist freak. Look at him. and we're casting instants and sorceries, hey, look at all these. Commandeer, sudden substitution, Aether Snatch. Those are instants and sorceries that let us steal things. That means our win condition is the win condition of the other thing already, but in a better way, because instead of saying no and no and no and no and counterspelling and nothing and having nothing to show for it, all we've been doing is going 1-for-1 with our opponents. What if you want to have a little bit of fun? Maybe you want to play a little bit. Maybe you want a little dinosaur action. Maybe a little dragon action. Maybe a little bit of elemental action. Doesn't that sound like way more fun? Because I'm going to hold your scrotum when I tell you that removal and counterspells make people very upset. But everybody loves when their creatures are turned against them. When they turn traitor, a backstabber, my own dinosaur used against me. How awesome is that? I get to see my dinosaur do its cool thing. And sure, I don't have it, but at least it wasn't removed or counterspelled. That's awesome. And of course, Commander is a casual game. So that's what it should be about. Everybody getting to see the cool stuff happen instead of counterspells and even removal by that instance. So please, put the counterspell down. In fact, in order to make sure you put the counterspell down, I've been doing a lot of reading of FBI hostage negotiation tactics, which conclude with the Crisis Negotiation Unit's motto, Pax per Colloquium, which means resolution through dialogue. And big brain here, but I want my cards to resolve. So let's have a dialogue. This entire video has actually been using the behavioral change stairway provided by the FBI. Empathy. You don't have to be the bad guy. Rapport. Now, I'm gonna hold your balls when I say this. Baral and a bunch of counterspells is not a win con. Influence. Everybody loves when their creatures are turned against them. Behavioral change. So please, put the counterspell down. Don't you see? Ironically enough, the only way to get you to put down your Baral counterspell deck is to encourage you to take some hostages instead. Don't counterspell. Mind control. 5 mana, you control enchanted creature. Control magic, baby. 4 mana, you control that creature. Corrupted conscious. 5 mana, but now it's got infect. That's pretty dope. 7 mana, subjugate the hobbits. Gain control of each non-commander creature. Mana value 3 or less. Tempted by the Auric. 4 mana, each opponent gain control of up to 1 target creature or planeswalker they control with mana value 3 or less. Bunch of banger spells, but maybe you want more commanders instead of just Baral. Well, guess what? We got Dawn Andress, the Renegade. 1 blue, black, red, 4/3. Each creature you control but don't own gets +2/+2. Menace, Death Touch. That's a lot of damage. Also, you can steal their spells and create treasure. That's sick. Nihilor, 2 white, blue, black, 3/5. When it enters, for each opponent, tap up to one of your own guys and then gain control of one of their guys. That's sick. And when you attack with something you stole, you gain 2 life and that player loses 2 life. Now your counter spells, you don't need them anymore. You gain control of their cool stuff and drain the table. That's a win con right there. But maybe you want mono blue. Memnarch, baby. He's 7 mana. Who cares? Doesn't matter. 1 blue, blue. Target permanent becomes an artifact. You pay 4 mana, gain control of target artifact. So if they're playing an artifact heavy deck, you're just yoinking it all the way. Or if you can turn their stuff into artifacts and then gain control of it forever. It's awesome. It is so much fun because you'll have more fun stealing their stuff than saying no to their spells by countering them. That's just the way it is because counter spells are the unfun magic cards. But you know what is fun? Obviously, mind control. And you should. So put down the counter spells and pick up the mind control. Thank you very much. That brings us to the end of the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you subscribe, subscribe. If you want to support great takes like this, check out my Patreon, linked in the description down below. And you can get cool deck roasts, deck techs, and custom decks all built by me and streamed on twitch.tv Quips&Guac_, baby. It's super fun and cool and awesome. Also, I have play mats for sale. They look really good. You should go pick one of them up so you can play your cool new mind control deck and not play counterspells. And then Discord, linked also in the description down below. Fun, free, cool. Join it. It's fun. Thank you. Have a nice day.